This is a joint project with my colleague Olivia Sheringham. Basically what we had this idea that diaspora was focused on initially the relationship that a migrating group or dispersed group had with its historic past. It's somehow linked to its original homeland or an idea of a homeland. And we thought it would be useful to put this idea in tension with another possibility. That is to say, a group coming into conflict with a new culture, a new environment, a new setting in which homeland rather disappeared, in which they were focused on the here and now rather than the then and there. And that here and now consciousness we described as creolization, insofar as this word captures the sense of people coming together, merging, converging, beginning to create a third culture that is neither one nor the other. So if you imagine a situation of two parent cultures, the third culture emerges between the two, and slowly the parent cultures begin to fade and a new culture emerges. Now that idea of a Creole culture is often found on island societies, but not only on island societies. You can find it, for example, notably in Louisiana. And so we thought we would select four spaces, four areas where creolization had taken place really quite fundamentally. And our final list was Mauritius, the French Caribbean, the French Antilles, and more particularly Guadeloupe, Cape Verde, and finally Louisiana. And so Olivia's done work in two, and I've done work, or I'm about to complete work, field work in the other two. Having done that, we want to try and interrogate how these cultures, these converging cultures, continue to use or deploy diasporic pasts or diasporic presents. So let me explain this idea of a diasporic past and diasporic present. The diasporic past refers to the originating homeland or culture, which slowly is disappearing or is somehow receding in importance in the Creole setting. But there's always an echo of that, because people draw on their cultural resources, draw on their language, draw on their memories, draw on their familyhood, their kinship, and sometimes the original homeland reaches out to them in a way that might have been abandoned for several centuries. But we've also developed this idea of a diasporic present, because in many cultures, and Cape Verde might be one to take an example of, is after creolization, after the emergence of a new society with new popular cultures and a new language, there is a dispersal from that homeland to another or another set of destinations. And so you have, if you like, not only an original creolization, original diaspora in Africa and in Portugal, but in Cape Verde's case, you also have a diaspora in the United States and elsewhere to which the culture has now dispersed. So all of this is put into a great mix. We've had wonderful time doing this research. As you can imagine, it's quite a lot of fun. We don't always have to do research in terrible dark spaces. We do research on music, on carnival, on heritage industries, and on language, and on religion. All sorts of areas where we find ourselves involved in interrogating popular culture and sometimes even participating in it.